Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's another day with Better Life Coaching. And we are taking in another dose of our weekly balanced well-being lifestyle. Today we will focus on self-forgiveness, which is an important part of self-love. Because forgiveness is a form of releasing any negative emotion we may have within us, within our heart, within our minds. We want to release and let go. But is that very easy to let go? Yes, I will let go. How easy is that to say? Because we can't let go when we are still having the negative emotions within ourselves after an experience. Forgiveness is the way of releasing those negative emotions. There are some things to note about the forgiveness process. What I find is it's not possible to forgive when we are still in denial of the experience. And on the other hand, forgiveness doesn't mean we are accepting what has happened. However, we are choosing to let go. Forgiveness is taking our power back. So, how then do we forgive? Forgive and let go, forgive and forget. But first, we have to remember that in any experience that we go through, there are lessons to be learned. We have to remember that we have emotions that we have to let ourselves feel. We don't want to escape from those emotions. We don't want to suppress them. It is okay to not be okay. However, forgiving is a choice that we make. We choose not to hold on to those negative emotions. We choose to release them out of our system, out of our heart, our mind. Again, is it easy to just say, "I'll forgive you, I will forget, and time will heal me, and time will help us forgive"? There is one thing with time that we don't understand. Time will not heal us or help us forgive if we don't do the work to forgive ourselves and the other. An example with time is when you have a wound on your hand, you don't leave it to time. You make a decision to take care of your wound, to apply the necessary medications that your wound needs. Because if care is not taken, that wound could be something else. It could be infected. So with time, you got to work with time. Do the work. So we can leave forgiveness to time. Give yourself time. That is very understandable. With the trust or the hope that you would forgive. Because holding on to negative emotions only hurts us. With the understanding that negative emotions will hurt us and become a disease, we will choose to forgive. Again, everybody goes through forgiveness process in a different way. So I just have 2 tips to share today when it comes to forgiveness. How you can release it out of your system, out of your mind and your heart. The first one is to write it down, what you're forgiving yourself for. Writing it down is a way of releasing it, taking it out of your head, not leaving it in your head or your heart. Write it down, write it somewhere, type it on a computer. I forgive myself for not being kind. I forgive to myself. I forgive myself for being hard on myself. I forgive myself for not giving myself a break when I needed to give myself a break. These are all little things that if we hold the unkindness to ourselves, it turns to a pain, physical pain. The second way of releasing is standing in front of the mirror, seeing yourself, looking into your eyes and speaking out loud. I forgive myself for anything you need to forgive yourself for. Because we each know what we need to forgive ourselves for. The forgiveness process is a daily thing we can do to ourselves because we set daily expectations to ourselves. We make mistakes daily that we hold on to the emotion, sometimes knowingly or unknowingly. But with forgiveness, we release those emotions that we've held onto ourselves. I just want to hit on a bit on expectation and mistakes. With expectations, we set expectations on ourselves and the other person and others. But what we forget with expectation is there's some things we cannot control. So when we are setting expectations, we should also take into consideration those things we cannot control. An example, I set an expectation to wake up early and bring my son to school early. What I can control is me. The time I wake up, the time I prepare breakfast for my son. I cannot control my son, how you would act. But what I can only control is me, how I'm going to react if he's not rushing in the morning. That's an example I could bring with my son. We all have expectations we've set. We want to understand as well that there are things we cannot control, and we want to put that into consideration when we are setting expectations on other people, when others are involved, even on ourselves. Once we understand the things we cannot control, we are able to come out from an experience very easily. Because most times we hold on to negative emotions because we want to do those things. I can do those things, but we fail to understand there are things we cannot control that we need to understand too. The other one is mistakes. We hold ourselves a lot when we make mistakes. When we begin to change the way we see mistakes as opportunity for growth, both to ourselves and to others. Because with mistakes, we get to know ourselves more. We get to know what we've been holding for a long time within ourselves and start asking those questions. Why did this mistake hurt me so much? Where did I learn this from? Where did I see this from? Mistakes from others. Everyone, I would say, is doing the best they can every minute, every second, every day. They are doing the best they can. They're doing the best they know how to do. So as we see mistakes as opportunities for ourselves for growth, we should also understand that it's an opportunity for them to grow as well. And for us to get to know them. That helps a lot with the forgiveness process. And with forgiveness, it's not an instant pain reliever. It's a process that you have to go through, and everybody goes through it differently. So, thank you so much for listening today. And please share with us tips, how you've forgiven other people, and the ways that you've used to forgive yourself. Self-forgiveness is very important. It's a daily practice. It shouldn't be ignored. Thank you, and you have yourself a great day. Until next time.